there's always that एक चीज ना, वो एक teacher होती है जो सब चीज
I also
correct
had
कर
two
देती
in
है.
mind.
Yeah, all
I
right,
was gonna
all
come
right,
up with
nice.
two.
Okay, I think it's a very bold decision to start something in COVID.
Yeah, of course.
Want to understand that part. How did you come up with a store during COVID?
COVID.
I think I have only 2 board games until now on the podcast. One is chess, one is Ludo.
Ludo.
Now we need to have
No
2 board
Ludo.
games here.
Snakes and ladders. No. वैसे वो भी सही है.
वो भी हो गया.
वो भी बढ़िया है.
One, I think, one is snake.
One is snakes and ladders.
Max Services presents KYAD. Know your architect/designer.
Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of KYAD, Know Your Architect/Designer. This is your host Zaid Khan. I think we are doing it for the 9th time. This is the 9th episode. I have Varun sir with me.
Hi.
Those who don't know Varun sir, you have to go back and check the previous episodes because he's been with us for a while now and he's someone who's very informative. I think you should go back and check the House of Views podcast where he's spoken a lot about what he's from and what he does. I have someone who's very special to us who's flown on all the way from Delhi. She's someone who owns a brand which is called Casa Interno. She's a founder and principal designer for Casa Interno. Ms. Sonakshi Gupta. How are you?
Hi, I'm good, Zaid. Thank you for having me here. It was really a pleasure. This is my first ever podcast. So yeah, really excited for it.
Just wanted to ask, how are you today?
Sorry?
How are you today?
How are you?
Don't do this.
No,
I know I'm really good. I'm good. I'm a bit nervous, as you can see.
you don't have to be. It's
But
okay.
yeah,
It's
it's
chill.
fine. Yeah.
It's your domain. Yeah, we have come to your podcast.
No problem. Yeah, no.
Cool. Sonakshi, I think Varun sir is just to introduce him formally over the podcast.
Yeah.
He's founder and director of Luxe Places. Varun sir, you want to speak something about yourself? Little bit about who you are?
More about myself.
Yeah, please, sir.
Hi guys. I've been into this industry last 15 years, and surfaces has been my passion all round. And the only motto which is driving me, I think, since initial days, is get the best material across the world to India and try to enrich a better experience for all the customers, all the architects and designers.
Yeah.
So we're trying to curate all the brands. I think we are 60% there with the brands which
Yeah,
we want in
I'm
India.
sure.
There's still 40% to go. So guys, keep on waiting. We have
Thank you so
more
much.
brands
Yeah.
and more solutions to come.
Yeah.
Cool. Sonakshi, thank you so much for coming over. First question from my side.
Yeah.
I just wanted to understand what your background is. What made you choose interior designing per se?
Yeah. See, basically, I've studied designing from Amity University. My father is into real estate, so I've grown up like checking his files with layouts and plottings and plans and everything. So I was really intrigued by how he does all the plotting and how the structure comes up and all that. So I've been really around that environment. But yeah, I mean, it was not like it was never my plan that I'll be a designer, I'll be an interior designer. So once I grew up and I started to understand, or I used to go with him to like farmhouses and villas and stuff. So I really was inclined towards designing. So I studied and more so I fell in love with it more once I started working in this field, as per my experience. So I've worked with a lot of designers and architects in the industry. I started with an architectural firm because I wanted to have complete insight. Because a lot of people think, interiors are just about selecting the right fabric, paint shades, but there's a lot of technicality that's involved. So yeah, I mean, that's how I basically started. And then after getting married, a 9 to 5 a.m. job was kind of getting difficult. So my family really pushed me to start my own thing, and they really appreciated my work. They were like, "You're so good, you must do something of your own."
All right.
So that's when I started this. It was like pure lockdown period that time. I would think COVID was there.
2020.
Yeah, main COVID period was there, but then we were working from home, and I think that time people were more engaging towards building their home. They were giving it more time.
Yeah.
So during that phase, I really got a lot of decent projects to start with, and that's how it all started. And recently, I've launched my own experience center because we are into architecture. We build from scratch up, then we do interiors as per my client's taste and requirements and everything. And then we have an extended furniture manufacturing unit wherein we custom make everything, like from walls, ceiling panelings to like high-end furniture pieces. So it's all like one-stop shop wherein we are doing everything. We have our experience center. It's like for look and feel for the clients to kind of come and experience. We don't sell anything from there. It's mostly like just a showcase to kind of, diverge in with the quality and feel of it. So yeah, we just launched the showroom.
Good overview about you. I think it's very important to have a show space.
Of course,
because people
yeah.
want to have that touch and feel.
Of course,
We also
yeah.
came into the business, I think, 5 months back for the same reason, because people want to have a touch and feel.
They want to.
Samples, they don't do justice. to be
They don't
very
do
honest.
justice.
Yeah.
Plus, we had a factory. I mean, a lot of people were visiting the factory back and forth. But then you need proper lighting, you need a proper setup, you need a lot of other things to get that proper look,
I think
that is
eventually a
why-
customer is looking for a sensory experience to get
Experience,
it. It
yeah.
can't happen just by talking or
course.
explaining anything.
Of
It has
course,
to have
yeah.
that.
They need to see it and feel it to kind of
Kind
believe
of-
it.
I agree with you, yeah.
And also the final output defined.
Of course.
Yeah, that's
They
how.
need to see the end product, and I think
Of
in
course.
furniture it's very important to understand what is in making also.
Yeah,
People want
yeah.
to have that trust. Okay, this
Yeah.
thing is going inside.
Of course, no, they still do visit the factory. I mean, nobody gives us the order just by visiting the showroom. They see the final output, but they want to understand what's the scale like, how many people are working and what the factory structure looks like and what are the core materials, because in the factory you see the product in its very raw stage, right? Like building up. And they want to see that, plus they want to see the final executed project as well. So that is when both the things kind of come into the picture. But yeah, I mean, it's working fine.
Just to understand a bit, what was your family life like? What were you?
Okay.
Why did you choose as what we understood? But
Yeah.
we want to understand that kid going into architectural college or an interior designing
Yeah.
college and learning things.
Yeah.
We want to understand what goes on in that mind of that kid.
See, to be very brutally honest, I mean, my dad's into real estate, like I already told you. My mother's a homemaker, born and brought up in Delhi, like a typical Delhiite. Till schooling, we weren't that aware. I mean, I was a science student, but yeah, that time, all you want to be is like pilot or architect or lawyer or something, doctor or maybe engineer, yeah, most commonly. So again, coming from a typical Banaya family, there was like not a lot of pressure, I would say, but yeah, I mean, my father literally like he pushed me to like pursue more. It was not like just do your graduation, then we'll get you married and stuff. Never. So yeah, I mean, I had no clue once I was like doing science and studying science. So I had no option laid out. I wanted to be in fashion, to be very honest. But my father was like that and that time it was speak of fashion industry, like now it is for interior industry, I would say. So my father's like, everybody is into fashion, like why do you do something different? So since he was like a builder come, real estate agent, so he told me that, you must opt for interiors, and that's how it all began. But then I was a very creative child all my life. So, I used to enjoy holiday homeworks and how other people get bored of it. Like, I was really into art and craft. So I would exchange homeworks with my siblings at home, like my cousins or somebody. That I'll do your creative stuff and you take care of the maths and whatever's there. So yeah, I was really, and I've had like beautiful handwriting and like calligraphy sort of. So yeah, I was given a lot of posters and banner making and all of that. Creative things were always a part. But yeah, once I went into college, I mean, again, the first year was always like chill, nobody's really like studying. But yeah, I remember when I had participated in my internship program. Actually, there I started liking the whole thing. I mean, there's this software which we really use, AutoCAD. Yeah, it's like the core thing of our field. So I remember that I loved AutoCAD. I just simply loved working on AutoCAD. I used to sit hours in the lab, do AutoCAD drawings. And my teacher, she was like, what do you want to do? Like, what do you want to become? Like, do you want to work or do you want to have your own brand? Like, how do you want to go about in life? So I told her I just want to do CAD.
अभी यही करना है.
अभी यही करना है. No, for the time being. So yeah, like opening a brand was honestly never a plan. I was really very like driven with the kind of multi-level companies I was working for. And I've had my experiences with architects, with designers, and then even like, from working in the most luxurious segment to like a live space kind of segment. I was there with live space for like 1.5 years. So, I've learned sales, I've learned client handling one-on-one. So my experience, I think, is where and when I fall in love with interiors. That's my, that's what basically made me realize that, I would just want to do this. Yeah.
So, can you name a few people, because this is what I think we've doing it from the last, I think, 8 podcasts. There's a segment that we speak about how being with different designers, or different firms that you work with shapes you as a person.
Of course. Like I told you in the beginning, I started with an architectural firm because that was like an internship program. That's a firm called Design Forum International. It's in Greater Kailash. It's run by 3 founders, Gunmeet Chauhan, there's Anuj Tewatia, sir. So yeah, I mean, it's basically like core architectural firm who's into like building and towers and, all these kind of big projects going on, Metro City sort of. So I started my internship there, and I really like to challenge myself. I didn't opt for a simple interior design company because I wanted to understand the technicalities that comes along. And then post that, I had actually done my proper job with a designer who's a London-based designer, Aarti Sondi Living. So her office was like a home office, I would say. And so it's basically, she's from London, and the whole design vibe and all is pretty different from what was there in the market. So I was really excited, and how I got to know about her was the one trick I usually followed. It's very funny. There was these shows coming up on NDTV, like NDTV Good Homes, and a lot of like design related shows. So what I used to do was I used to watch them. I used to take notes of like whatever the designer was kind of coming in. So I got to know about her through that episode, through the show.
Okay.
So she was there on NDTV Good Times, and that's when I applied and I got through. So I was really like thrilled, but when I joined her, I was the only person.
Okay.
So she was handling single-handedly. She really needed somebody senior who could probably
manage everything.
One-man army sort of a person. But then, and that was my first proper job. So with her, I actually learned everything, like be it site visit, because she was doing it all by herself, and then me. So I was the only one for about a year, I would say. I was the only one who was working in the office, direct one-on-one with her in the same cabin, and I would be like, okay, like so yeah, she would take me to meetings. She'd help me draw all the drawings and do all the layouts, and take me out for material sourcing. So over there I realized that I did everything by myself. So there also I got a lot of exposure, and I actually learned how to deal with things all by myself. Even if now what happens is, usually if whosoever person leaves from the company, I design my projects in a way, I keep a hold of projects in a way that, even if whosoever goes or comes in, I have a complete grip of my project. I know each and every detail about my project. So yeah, that's about Aarti Sondi. And then I think I stepped into the world of luxury. I had my proper job again with Manjeet Buller sir, who's into classical interiors, I would say. So there I understood a lot about detailed working drawings, like proper neoclassic, classical stuff, because there's heavy detailing that goes into it. And then to the contrary, then I worked with Ravish Vora Homes, and he's like genius in modern contemporary luxury homes. Again, he has his own furniture making. So my keen interest in furniture actually started from there. So I was a designer. I was never into furniture. After working with Ravish sir, I got a lot of interest in furniture, like because he's big time into furniture making, and he's super like intricate and very like into it. So that's where I learned furniture designing. And my mother-in-law actually tells me that you're a better furniture designer than an interior designer. You should really focus on interiors, furniture, because once I designed my experience center, I designed each and every piece by myself. So they were really like taken aback, like, okay, you can design furniture, like you should do more of furniture. So yeah, and then I joined Live Space. So lift space, I
From luxury, it was
from luxury to like affordable
Yeah,
catalog based
yeah.
company. But why I joined lift space is because I really again I wanted to get into sales. So in these companies, I mean, we are not doing the sales. We are not doing anything to get the business,
Right.
right? I mean, there are founders, there are creative
Correct.
directors.
Influential sales is what
yeah,
happens.
yeah. So that's how and why I joined Live Space, is because I wanted to understand what it takes, because they leave everything on you. I mean, you are cracking the deal, you are meeting the client, you are handling all the project pages, like you're handling all the project docket. You are in charge of the civil work going on. You are in charge from the very beginning to the execution, all the payment terms, everything. So from there, I really got a lot of knowledge about the insight of being a designer, and that's how
Running the business,
running the business.
operations.
Yeah, of course, and a very healthy work culture as well, because I feel that's very important. I mean, the directors, I don't think I was in the Gurgaon branch, so I don't think the directors, they only come for like annual meetings or so. Otherwise, it's all like the GMs, CMs, and there are community managers at every level. So what I learned most is about the work culture. It's pretty healthy, pretty good, like because there's so much hierarchy, because it's a very big company, and annual meetings, webinars, seminars, and all of that. So yeah, I learned sales and I learned like work culture. So yeah, a lot of things like that from each and every area, each and every company. Yeah, so it really helped me nurture and grow as a designer as well as an entrepreneur.
I think it's a very bold decision to start something in COVID.
Yeah, of course.
Want to understand that part. How did you come up with a store during COVID? I think it's
See, I actually got married in December, and then March or April, if I remember. March. That was first
21st of March.
21st of March, where you couldn't even step out. So right after marriage, I won't say I started, I made my page. I was like creating my online presence, because I just started like that. I didn't have an office back then. So because obviously I didn't take a space because the situation was so bad. So I thought that
who'll come to the store?
yeah, who'll come to the store? Nobody's going out of the house.
Will you be able to reach to the store?
Of course. So I just started with my Instagram page. And luckily, I had all the time in the world to kind of edit and put together stories and posts and everything. And yeah, that's when I started. But then I really started getting like very good response. Like people were actually kind of messaging, wanting to get in touch. And yeah, they were really showing interest. And that's how it started gradually. And then once things slightly got better, I did some visits, and I got the most amazing projects that I've done till date during that time. Like to start with, like I cracked a deal at DLF Camellias, which is like the premium, most premium society in Gurgaon.
I think
So
Pan India is the most premium.
So I got a chance to kind of design a project at Camellias. That was always like part of like the list. And then I got a project again like in Muzaffarnagar, say, like a 12,000 square feet to start with. And they wanted to make it like a very luxury 7-star kind of a house, which we did. So yeah, I mean, I got like pretty good response, and there was no looking back then. Yeah.
Something good happened during.
How would you like to just how would you like to explain your transitioning, being a designer, doing with architecture, and then getting into furniture, and now how you able to maneuver between all the things which you're doing?
You're wearing all the hats in the industry. To be very honest, that's how it is.
No, see, it was pretty fun, like working as a designer, as an architect. I used to take my work very seriously. I would say, I would like to believe that. Yeah, I was really like hardworking. It was good. Like I was like really handling it well, and that was always kind of what I had envisioned myself to do. I always wanted to work for a really big company, travel across the globe, and not because I'm not from a business background. So I never had that idea of starting my own brand. Like my father has his own thing, but it's not like he didn't start a brand. Like my entire family is into real estate. So yeah, like my side of the family, my father, his brother, his father. So everybody is into real estate. So yeah, for me to kind of create a brand, that was never on the list. But yeah, once I got married, because my husband's side of the family, They are like solid entrepreneurs, everybody.
Okay.
So my father, my mother-in-law, my husband also. So everybody is like, very like, we want to do something of our own.
Nice.
So we want to do business. So that's when I actually got into it. And then, we are all like a crazy working family.
Yeah.
We are, my mother-in-law is also into furniture.
Okay.
So all we do is discuss BOQs at home. All we do is discuss presentations.
Okay.
So when I was working also, it was pretty good. I was managing it well, and I was actually doing a lot of good work. Then I started my own. There's obviously a lot of stress when it comes to cracking a project and doing sales and everything. But then the pleasure that you get after completing a project and meeting so many new people, traveling and getting your name like out there, that's a different feeling altogether, I would say.
That gives you a different
Yeah,
feeling.
yeah. That's a different kind of high.
Just to add something here, because this is something which I've discussed with a lot of.
Yeah.
Because I tag people as furniture designers now.
Yeah.
This was not a profession earlier.
Yeah.
There's something which is there in UK and other places.
Yeah.
It's called industrial designing.
Yeah.
You design a product, you design a
Yes.
functional piece. This is never a subject in India, right? That's there.
Never.
People never respect a furniture designer or someone who's an industrial designer who designs
Yeah.
a product. How do you cater to interior designers when you because I think we were off camera and we were discussing about this, because a lot of designers they come up with ideas because now they might be coming to you which is not in proportion, not in the correct. It just looks good,
Yeah.
but it's not functional. How
Not
do you
functional.
explain this to because it becomes important to have a furniture designer on board. I'm with you because
Yeah.
I know how important it is to have that comfort.
Of course.
Things may look good but
Yeah.
not comfortable.
Yeah.
If it is comfortable, it's not looking good. These are things which you challenge every day.
Of course. Yeah.
How do you take care of this?
See, basically, what I have kind of experienced is that sometimes I also want to do like some statement piece here and there, which may not be that comfortable, which may not be of use, but it's just there to kind of for the look and feel of it. But mostly, the clients are so aware these days that they really want their homes to be very functional. They want to make use of each and every piece of furniture they kind of put in. They know that, this is the comfort we want to have. They're really aware of everything in the market these days. And me being from a furniture background, because again, I've seen products getting made in front of me. We go check structures, we go check the proper height and depth, and we sit and feel the comfort and everything. So it's very, very important for me to kind of get that particular product only selected because, of course, it'll go with the aesthetics. I mean, furniture, there's no limit. Anything and everything, there's so much that you can kind of mix match with your interiors. But then functionality is key. I mean, you can have one or two pieces here and there, but the proper dimensions and proper comfort is what you need to kind of deliver to your client. I mean, because they're living in that home. They can't do without comfort.
But do you have designers who come up with their own designs and then say we need to make this?
See, we do take a lot of inspirations from Italian brands, I would say. It's not like I'm designing a sofa all by myself. But yeah, there's a lot of detailing that we add. So there's a lot of material play that we do. There's a sofa, there's a Fendi Casa sofa. I'll play with veneer on it. I'll remove all the metal probably. Or I'll add some stitching because Fendi does like very basic sofas. They're not into very heavy quilting or detailing and stuff like that. So we'll probably add a lot of detailing to it. We'll add, if I'm putting that sofa in a living room, so that's where my client wants he doesn't like plain cushions. So probably I'll wrap them up in style. So that kind of makes it heavy. So we kind of balance the look and feel of the furniture, not compromising on the comfort and obviously the usability of it. Because nowadays also another sofa is one that I often get this from my client that, seat to comfortable hogi na, like cushion to acha hoga na.
On that.
Yeah.
The maximum amount.
I'm a couch
Of
potato
course,
myself when
and
I'm at
then
home.
there's coffee table.
Yeah.
Because nowadays, people are doing like real low coffee tables and very like segregated coffee tables. How do you use them? How you can't even put a tray on top of it.
Something which is in Kawali also, which
They
is
just
Yeah.
staggered.
too
Yeah.
many compartments.
Too many compartments, like they've just broken the one piece and they've just of course it looks nice, but then that's not a piece to have like where you're kind of entertaining clients and people and your friends.
Not
I mean,
functional.
Not functional.
it's not functional at all. So being a designer, like designing homes, you got to think about functionality and comfort for sure.
I was recently somewhere and I saw a side table which was
Yeah.
slanting.
Slanting, yeah.
The top
Imagine.
was slanting. like, ये क्यों है यहाँ पे?
What is the purpose for it?
What's the purpose?
What will you
Yeah.
keep on it?
What will you keep? No, there are a lot of pieces I also come across on a daily basis, and then some twisted leg here and there, and then we try and make it also, but then we feel that it's of no use. I mean, you're wasting our time, and nobody's going to take it, no matter how good it's looking. I mean, client always wants like value for money. They are not taking any piece which is not of any purpose to them.
So I'll take this opportunity.
Yeah.
We'd like to deep dive more into your design philosophy.
Yeah.
Once you start with a project or a furniture piece, what is the start point and which is the process you make and go through it to come to the final renders first and then the final product?
Yeah. So, Varun, to be very honest, we don't follow any trends. Like, I believe in like doing timeless sort of interiors that remain classic. You like them as much as you like them. You like them like 10 years down the line, you are still like in love with it. So, but yeah, definitely I do have a style that I've done my experience center like that. I've done many homes like that. It's basically, we like to use modern furniture, modern luxury furniture, but I like to add a lot of neoclassical details to it. I like my ceilings and walls to have that neoclassical charm.
Okay, all the moldings.
Yeah,
and
moldings and the
things.
cornicing and
Right.
little metal detailing here and there. So I really like that in my surroundings. Like the vibe should be that. But yeah, the furniture and the interiors, the aesthetics can be modern luxury. But yeah, I really like to add like a lot of minimal, new age, neoclassical as I call it. Not the heavy classic moldings and all, but the new age twist that is there.
The
So,
new
yeah,
take on classical
we
subject.
take on classical subject like that. So we don't do classical furniture. The furniture is always like stylish, modern, and very like whatever's functional, looks nice, a lot of marble, metal, and everything. But yeah, we again try to kind of custom make a lot of things. What our USP is, I would say that we really customize our designs
To the customer's needs.
yeah, and I understand the client's requirement. To be very
Okay.
honest, like if I sit down with you, you tell me that this is what I like, this is what I don't like. I'll be able to give you a presentation which I'm sure of that you'll be in love with.
Okay.
Like there will be no repeat. So that's I think probably our best this thing. So yeah, I mean we do a lot of neoclassical luxury.
Okay.
When I want
Look.
to put it in a basket, it will be neoclassical luxury design.
Neoclassical luxury, yeah.
Nice.
And the furniture is modern.
Nice.
Furniture is modern, yeah.
Speaking about this, I have one question, which is very. I speak with everyone about this when I meet. I have a very. I respect him too much. He's also a furniture designer. I think
Okay.
I'm selling one of his pieces also there in our store, which is a answer. He speaks about one thing which is very very important. He says that everything which is imported in furniture,
Yeah.
those are villa furnitures. And when you're doing your houses, they are
Yeah.
big in proportion, and it's not it's not apt for your space. Is it true?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Because,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, please elaborate on
Yeah.
that,
I mean,
because they
sorry.
come in
Yeah.
set sizes.
Yeah.
You cannot customize them.
The Italian furniture.
Yeah,
you're
major
talking
Italian,
about.
all the
Yeah,
bigs
yeah.
and Minottis and
Minottis and all.
Coltranas.
That's actually true.
Okay.
Because the Italians, the depth that they kind of follow for the sofas or the lens, the proportions are really actually big. So because we also make these kind of furniture, the armchairs, accent chairs and all are still okay, but sofas and coffee tables, to be precise, I mean they're huge in like bulky looking, I would say. I mean the style is obviously very sleek. I mean they just occupy a lot of space. That's how the structure is. So but nowadays I think everybody, mostly like with luxury interiors, they have pretty good sizes of like homes, and but a lot of people are now I think starting to go with customization as much as possible. Yeah, there are a lot of
People want tailor-made silk.
people want tailor-made and tailor-made to perfection, wherein they can add some touch of their own and some of the design.
I mean, I would like to do that because if I'm making my home at that luxury level, I want everything to be customized.
Because you want everything talking to each other
Yeah,
rather than having a jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah, because I've seen, I'm not naming brands, but I've seen a couple of brands which are very vibrant in color.
Yeah.
Those are statement pieces for that brand.
Yeah.
But it doesn't go with the entire theme. But you still have them in your house because it is that brand.
I know.
And it doesn't go with, I think it's
no, I don't understand like a lot of color. I'm a very muted person when it comes to interiors. Only pastel shades.
every designer that we meet.
Okay.
I think we're doing a correct thing of having this podcast so that someone who listens to the podcast understand I don't want this colorful designer. I want someone who's very muted.
No,
and if someone wants to have color, you can speak to that person.
Yeah, of course. You'll have your category set.
Speaking about the whole thing again, I think we are focused more on furniture for you.
Yeah.
So I'll ask a very, very basic question. This is what happens in Mumbai also. We have a lot of furniture vendors who are creating things. And getting something made in India in luxury furniture, it's not looked upon. It's like something you're getting it done here. I'm being very candid with you when I'm asking this question, not to disrespect anything. Because I was working with a furniture designer,
of course,
so I know. So when I approach a designer, like if I'm doing a luxury house, I'll buy something from Italy. This is the common
basic myth. Yeah, it's basic
mindset that people have. How do you change that? Because you're in that chair, because you've done sales also.
Yeah.
That's one thing that you've done. And then you've done other things also. How do you change that whole perspective of a client?
See, honestly, I have encountered clients wherein they want Italian looking, but they don't want to spend that much. Because price point is one, right? I mean, for Italian, the brands, I mean, they're really expensive. Somebody who wants Italian will never settle for custom. So there's a category. Somebody who's into like Minotti, who wants, I have a few clients who are like, I'm designing their homes and they know that I'm into furniture and everything, but then they specifically wants from the brand directly. So no matter what, they'll never settle for something custom made from here. Because they understand the comfort and because it's all leather made. Of course, I mean, Italian, the taste and feel is different, but then somebody who is okay, who wants the home to be more detail oriented, because Italians have a set standard. They don't, not a lot of detailing and metal and all that is there. So somebody who wants proper detailing and proper sizes, and they want the color palettes to be, they can choose and select and play with the textures, they'll any day go for customization. So I think there are categories. Somebody who wants Italian will really go for Italian because they know the price points there. They're familiar with the comfort and they're familiar with the kind of materials the Italians have to offer. So I don't think they'll be comfortable with what we have in store.
I agree, but other side of the spectrum, there are a lot of people who are importing things from China,
Turkey and all that. Yeah.
Because I think you must have visited those places.
Yeah, I have. Of course, I have.
Is it better to get it from China and Turkey, or it's better to get it done here?
See, I actually went to China when I was doing up my experience center. I went there for the chandeliers. So because in Delhi, honestly, I was not finding good different chandelier pieces. So I really wanted to have something different kind of installation. So I went there for lights specifically and to check out
during
decor.
COVID?
No. My experience center is new.
Okay.
So
when did you start your experience center?
Last year June.
Which means we'll complete 1 year.
Yeah.
We are invited for the anniversary party.
Of course.
Yes, self-invited.
Already there.
So yeah, my experience center is new. Like I told you, I had a design office. We had a factory. But we actually did our experience center much later because we felt the need that now, it's required. So I went to China for lights specifically. My father-in-law and my husband, all of us, we went there. And I'll be very honest, the furniture, which I really like, there's good furniture there, right? But whatever's good and really nice, that's expensive. So it's not like, how people compare here is, hum to China se le aayenge. But there are categories there.
Let's put a price
Yeah.
stamp here.
Yeah.
Just for people.
Yeah,
to
of course.
understand.
Yeah, why not?
Let's say there's an X brand in Italy which costs you roughly about 20-25 lakh rupees
Yeah.
for a 3-seater
Yeah.
and 2 armchairs, roughly about that price.
Yeah.
What is the price that we're looking at something like that in China, which is affordable, and what is that we're looking at that price something which is the good quality thing?
Here, when we
There,
customize
there,
it.
in China.
There. Okay. See, China.
Affordable कितने का होगा just to put a price?
Affordable होगा आपका, the sofa set you will get in probably 8 to 9 or maximum 10 lakhs.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're looking at 25 and 10.
10.
25
and something
and
which
10.
is very good then.
18, 19.
So the difference hardly exists.
So that's the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
And then you create something which is better quality here rather
Yeah.
than importing. How much will that cost?
see that 10 bracket wherein China medium quality 10 we are getting, that same thing we can do in 12, but something really close
To Italian.
to
the
Italian.
Italian.
Yeah. And there's no limit to it.
Which,
if you
which
want
means
to,
we're saying it's roughly about half the price of Italian.
yeah, of course. The accent chair which we usually get for about like 1.5 lakh, we custom make it for like 85, 90. Similar looking, pretty good. Yeah. But China again, because I checked everything out, and the things which were nice were expensive. So it's not like China is cheap. Only affordable things, random something you want to pick here and there, that's different. But I cannot imagine people picking the entire house furniture from there. In fact, Turkey, I've kind of heard that it's probably better. So, upcoming. I've been to Turkey, but I've not checked out the market there. But yeah, I mean, I've
been to that space. I think it's somewhat similar to
Similar,
what you get in China.
yeah.
Good quality that we're speaking
Okay.
about is more or less the same.
same, yeah.
But this is what I feel that what we make in India is better.
Yeah, of
When
course,
I'm saying
any
that is
day.
because that client has that comfort to go to the factory and check what is going inside.
200%.
I think the most
yeah.
importantly, it's more fit to size.
Correct.
So
It's fit
the
to
other
size.
proportions to your walls and your
Yeah.
coverings,
Second
it
thing,
can.
Varun sir, I'll say maintenance.
Yeah.
I have a let's say if I have an accent chair, it's wobbling or something goes
Yeah.
wrong, you need to fix
You
it.
can call someone. It's
Of
just.
course. And
You
what
can't
do
call
you
in
do
Italian.
once you're here? What are after sales?
Yeah.
Like you can't do
Correct.
anything about it, right?
Correct.
And we Indians, we want services
Yeah.
We want
every now and
everyone
then.
call away.
Yeah.
Everyone should be a
we
call
want
away.
everybody to be a call away. We still, like, nothing goes wrong, but our clients kind of call us up. If something's happening or something, we make sure that we kind of cater to them and we correct the issue.
With my mom, I think it's there. That if that hinge is not working, the soft close is
Yeah,
not
yeah,
working
yeah,
properly.
yeah.
Call
Give a
someone.
call.
Call someone.
It's very
Of
simple.
course,
The guy will
very
come the next day,
simple.
he'll fix
Yeah.
it and
Yeah,
he'll go.
yeah,
It's that service
you
that
will
we
not
need.
even get to know. But with China, I mean, firstly, there's not a lot of customization options available.
Correct.
It's too
There are
standardized.
only 4
everything is
5
too
fabrics that
standardized,
they'll probably give you to kind of choose from. And over here, the factory is open. You visit any time. You want to change something last minute, we can do
Which
it.
is good.
Yeah.
Now your furniture is made, it's sailing in 45 days, it's coming to your
Of course.
space, you don't know what is happening.
You
just
don't
have
know
to
what's
relax.
happening. Yeah.
Last moment, if you want to change the shade of your paint,
Yeah.
you can't do that because the furniture is already
Furniture
there.
is also like that. Yeah. So there are a lot of restrictions, I feel. And then India market furniture is everybody is doing so great. I mean, with the wood and solidity and everything. So it's pretty good. Like, why take from China?
I'm with you.
It
Yeah.
makes more sense because at a
Makes
price
more
point you're
sense.
able to get fit to size.
Yeah.
So, and fit to size is something because in India, I think designers
Of
are very
course.
curious about their proportions.
Yeah.
They don't like to miss or make just a
I'm with you.
Yeah.
bricks or puzzle for a home.
No, sure. And once somebody is designing, we plan the furniture layout. I mean, and be it a curved sofa, be it an L sofa, be it like some different shape, you got so much to play with. I mean, you're not stuck that you just go and pick something up. You can do so much with your furniture nowadays. So why not get it customized?
Just to add something here for the viewers to understand, because we want to explain it to people what happens in the custom made thing.
Yeah.
I have seen that you cut a plywood and then you send it to the side, how the shape will come on that
Yeah.
on that side. Can you explain that process, because not a lot of people know about it. People just know we have audience from IKEA towards your Roboto Cavalli to the end spectrum. But we want to understand how that happens on site, how a custom made sofa is done and how you explain those proportions on site.
Yeah. No, see, firstly, basically we do a AutoCAD drawing of the layout. Yeah, we send options to the clients, as in what sofa they want to pick, which matches with the theme overall. We get the design shortlisted. We do a proper working drawing that explains all the sizes, be it the arm width or the height or the leg thickness of the cushions. So everything is there in the drawing. Then that drawing goes into production.
Yeah.
So finally, whatever legs are made of solid wood, then the ply structure gets into place. So they call us to kind of check the proportions.
Yeah.
So we go there, see the structure, and once you see the structure, you kind of understand the shape it's forming.
Correct.
And if something's going off or no, you kind of correct it there only.
Yeah.
Or you want to add something more to it.
Yeah.
So the entire structure is made, and then basically the foaming happens.
Correct.
Right.
The entire foaming is wrapped up, and then we source the fabric. The fabric comes in the picture. The legs are actually done. So there's here also everything is like machine made.
Correct.
So, but the legs sometimes it's classical or some other design. Then they are all hand carved.
Nice.
So
In wood, huh?
yeah, the
Nice.
legs are hand carved.
Nice.
The metal is we have our metal manufacturing in house only.
Nice.
So we do all the metal in house, but it goes for PVD. So the metal has a PVD coating.
Correct.
Right.
So that PVD coating comes in, and then the fabric is wrapped. So metal is placed in last, and then we call the client to kind of check the whole thing, and
Yeah.
then we pack it, and then it gets transported.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you take job work in Pan India. This is
Pan India.
Okay.
So I'm doing like 15 projects, almost. It's like all over India.
Nice.
So Delhi, I only have 2-3 projects. The rest, all my
Okay.
projects are out of Delhi. So
Okay.
I'm doing a project in Indore. I'm doing a project in Guwahati. There's Hyderabad. There's Chandigarh. There's Patna.
Mumbai.
There's Kolkata. I don't know why Mumbai. I get a lot of queries.
Now we are
Okay.
friends.
Somehow it doesn't go through.
I was with someone yesterday in Delhi and I was speaking about the same thing. And
Yeah.
he said, वो होता नहीं है, वो जाने के बाद end moment
End moment
cancellation हो
identity.
जाता
कुछ
है
हो
या
जाता
कुछ
है.
हो
Like,
जाता है.
Final
I-
sign offs में कुछ.
Yeah.
I don't understand why though.
Yeah.
But yeah. So and a lot of Jamshedpur I'm doing a project.
Okay.
So yeah, like all over the place. Delhi, Gurgaon, obviously we are doing.
Nice.
But yeah, no, not in Bombay as of
Okay,
now. Looking forward. Probably after the episode.
Can you explain more about the facilities you have in house regarding
Yeah.
all your
Yeah.
metal works
Yeah.
or leather works?
Yeah, sure. So, like I told you, architecture is in house, design is in house. In the furniture manufacturing, we have all the structures are made in house. We have complete machinery for all structures. We do kitchens, we do wardrobes. Wardrobes, we do glass shutters, PU shutters, veneer shutters, any shutters basically. Kitchens also pretty good kitchens, pretty solid kitchens, because my mother-in-law, basically being a woman herself, like doing kitchen work and all that, so she actually puts in a lot of effort and thinking. There are a lot of times when I'm doing designing, I'm not really thinking a lot about how the other person is going to use kitchen specific. But then she actually comes in the picture and she's like, no, this is good like this height should be there, and minus of the detail, it's hard to maintain and stuff. So yeah, a lot of inputs come from her as well. So yeah, we have kitchen, wardrobe, we do doors, we do main doors, we do all internal doors, we do ceiling work, whatever wooden work is done on the ceiling, we take care of that, be it metal, be it glass, we do all the ceiling work, we do all the paneling work, which we call it as mill work. So all the paneling, designing we do, and then of course
leather
there's
bosery
furniture.
also, which we do it now. I think that's in now. Leather bosery on the wall.
Yeah. Upholstery on the walls, furniture, wooden feel on the wall, mirror on the wall. So yeah, we do all of that, and then there's loose furniture. So yeah, metal and all, everything is in house for us. Only the PVD coating we get it done from a factory which is right next to our factory. Other than that, stone, whatever acrylic polishing, whatever cutting, whatever stone objects and everything, the entire stone team is also in house. So yeah, the only one thing I think we're outsourcing is the PVD coating, and the glass and mirror. We do the complete base work, but the vendor, we have our vendors, but that's done from somebody who's just into glass and mirror, So because there's a lot of breakage and everything, so there's a separate facility that kind of provides all that. So yeah, rest everything is in house. Yeah,
Lot of work.
lot of work.
So you even do the liquid metal part of it with
Yeah.
the legs and all.
Everything.
Because that's the thing which is moving. I think
Yeah,
last
yeah, yeah. Liquid
couple
metal.
of years. It's
Yeah,
been,
liquid metal polish. I have. You come down to the showroom, you'll have better understanding of the work actually. And liquid metal, gold leafing, champagne leafing, lot of distressed wooden filling. So a lot of everything of this sort is done in the factory.
It was lovely understanding the design philosophy in the whole conversation. I think we want to give a context to the audience of how the project looks and what is your design
course.
style about. Just to understand, is there a project which is close to your heart, or there's something which I'll be speaking about two projects now.
Yeah.
One is that has shaped you as a person.
Yeah.
There's always that एक चीज ना वो एक teacher होती है जो सब
I
चीज
also
correct
had
कर
two
देती
in
है.
mind.
Yeah, all
So I
right,
was gonna
all
come
right,
up with
nice.
two.
Okay, and we want to understand one project which is close to your heart, just to give a viewers
Yeah.
a context of how your project looks.
Yeah. See, the one project that's close to my heart has got to be my first project. Wherein, again, like I told you, I started during the COVID time. So this was a furniture project, I would say. I didn't design this project from scratch. So it was more for a furniture, panelings. They already had an architect on board. So they wanted like an interior designer for the look and feel of the house. So I did the styling, I did the entire furniture. We made the furniture for them.
Okay.
So the furniture and everything was manufactured by us, executed and kind of styled. So that project is close. Why? Because it came out so well. That was my first project. I was obviously to design something on paper and to see it like on laptops and then to see it like in reality, hits differently. So my client, she left it on me totally because it was lockdown. I barely visited the site once, and she never
was in
came
Delhi?
down.
This was in Delhi.
This is in Chandigarh,
Chandigarh.
Panchkula, yeah.
All right.
So I visited the site once, and she had come to the factory, and then she told me that Sonakshi, she actually trusted in me 100%. So she's like, you do as per you. I mean, I like your taste. I like what presentation you've given me. We generally do a lookbook, initial lookbook to kind of make the client understand what we are wanting out of the space, what we kind of how we want to do their space up. So she was really happy with the first ideation of it. So that's why she didn't come for the selections, all the furniture selection, the fabrics and all, everything I did myself. Of course, I used to send her pictures of the mood boards and everything here and there. But ultimately, there are people who really are happy for your progress. And we had a great after party. It was quite a big party, and she kept introducing me that she's done my house and she's done it so beautifully. So that moment when I saw her like really happy with the space, and it really turned out amazing, like with very sophisticated color tones and furniture just made to perfection, fitted perfectly in the space. So the clients were very happy. Like, of course, once I saw the space, I was like, they're definitely going to love it. But they were so happy and expressive about their feelings that we really loved it. And she actually still refers me to her friends, saying that just go to her and she'll do the magic.
Nice.
So that's really like it's a very happy moment, very special project. And she actually came down for my launch as well.
Okay.
So yeah, and I asked her like, how do you like the showroom?
Right.
So she tells me like how I know how you did my space with full heart. That's how I can see that you've done
Very
your
big
showroom.
compliment.
Yeah. So she always compliments. So very sweet. So yeah, that's one project that's really close to my heart, which I feel is very, very special.
Okay.
The other one, which you had asked me, that shaped me up as a designer, is the project that I did in Muzaffarnagar.
Okay.
It's a 12,000 square feet space.
Nice.
It was an old building. It was an old villa. So basically, it's a 1 acre farm wherein 4 brothers kind of have their separate villas.
Okay.
So they live separately. They
Okay.
have separate villas. So they were turning the whole thing down and making it from scratch.
Okay.
So this particular client, he didn't want to demolish the entire structure.
Okay.
So bit of an extension, like back extension, rooms extended, civil all changed up. So this was my first project wherein I had done architectural stuff
Nice.
You know, because obviously designing, I've been doing like
Your internship came into play.
internship came into play, all the experience came into play.
Yeah.
So there, of course, I have my team of architects and designers, everybody assisting me and doing pretty decent job with me. But to kind of face those challenges on site and have day-to-day conversations about civil technicalities and again being out of Delhi, the project, it's a 3-hour drive, I think, from Delhi to Muzaffarnagar. But yeah, I mean, we completed this project from designing to proper execution in about 1.5 years' time. And I think it's a 7-star house, you can say. Like it's super luxurious. And again, the clients were like totally left it on me that you do it according to yourself. Of course, they had a lot of inputs to give in, and they were like, what makes a project really special is when the client also kind of gets involved. You know, that's really actually a very, that's how the project kind of completes faster, and there are less kind of defects and faults and everything. So because, you know, there's proper communication, there's proper site visits, and there's a bonding that, you know, you kind of connect while going through the design process. So that one really helped me go out of my horizon, go out of my comfort zone and do something really crazy. And it came out also really, really amazing. Like it looks like a 7-star hotel, like I'm telling you. So they wanted it to look like that. They wanted it like really like bold and of course in minuted tones, but a lot of metal work, lot of intricate work, and everything was done by us, designing architecture and furniture, everything from our company. So the clients were again really happy. So that was really another project that kind of shaped me as a designer.
What is a day like on a site if there's a site visit that
on
you
a
do?
site? Super hectic, because all my sites, mostly like I was telling you, they're out of Delhi. So I'm doing like a project in Guwahati, Indore, Chandigarh, Hyderabad, Jamshedpur, Patna, Guwahati. So I'm like crazily running here and there. And a day at site is everybody on site. You know, a lot of drawing work, a lot of vendors on board, and in heat or in wind or summer or winters, you don't see the temperature, but it's like full day there with the client. So hectic, but yeah, it's very fruitful. I feel without a site visit, without getting to know your site better, you can't design as a designer or an architect. So site visit is a must. Yeah, it's like a lot of things actually get done and get completed on time because of the visits. There's a lot more clarity.
Just to understand one more thing that I was thinking about here is, what is your philosophy of designing when it comes to furniture and interior? Do you have the same mindset when you approach to both the subjects, or it's different? Because furniture is a very different subject, and interior designing is a very different subject. You're doing both the things in one go.
See, our philosophy is primarily customization.
Correct.
It's like bespoke, tailor-made. And what I want is, I want to give the best to my client. I understand their requirement. I understand their needs. I understand how they want their home. And of course, I give them a much more advanced version of it.
Correct.
So we keep interiors and furniture separate. Interior design, basically, there's a theme that we kind of stick to, you know, be it like neoclassical luxury, like I was telling you, that we are mostly into that. There's a home that I'm doing in Jaipur that's more towards modern. So yeah, I mean, they wanted modern, so their home is towards modern. When we are designing furniture, that time again, like we were discussing, there's functionality, there's color theme, there's texture, and then there's how a client would kind of use the space. You know, nowadays a lot of clients want a private lounge attached to the bedroom. So we kind of plan the furniture accordingly. Or they have like very big suite rooms. So we don't want to crowd them up with so much furniture also. So, you know, everybody likes openness. So we work separately when it comes to furniture, because furniture comes in later as well. I feel firstly it's the planning, interiors, your walls, ceilings, everything. But there's furniture is always on my mind. I actually start with the layout. Everybody starts with the layout. But once we are doing the 3D, we put the same models as we propose them later. Like, so like the Muzaffarnagar project, if you go through the 3D renders, you'll see the exact same sofa has been done on site.
Okay.
And this actually, 90% of our projects, we try and do that so that the clients get a complete look and feel. There's no brainer to, what kind of sofa, will it go or will it not go. So we try and accommodate the exact same piece of coffee table or peg table or bed or bedside table in the 3D itself, so that they understand completely and fully that, this is my room, this is how I want to use the space.
Nice.
So furniture we really plan whether a client needs a cabinet, wherein they'll put their coffee machines or something separately, or they want like a hidden bar. Nice. So all those things come into picture with a separate design style. And interiors, always I have in mind, like my color themes are going on in my mind. I like neutral, I like neoclassic, and I want it to be really timeless and graceful. So these are the 4 key words that I really stick to.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. One design tip that you want to give to someone who's already doing their house?
Who's already doing the house?
Yeah, I mean it's midway into getting their house done. Yeah.
Just make sure that your designs are all intact. I mean, there are a lot of people who don't know how the final outcome is going to come, and then they're confused. They're always asking for more 3Ds or more designs because they explore a lot, so they confuse themselves with so many options. So just stick to your design aesthetic, stick to how you want to design your space, stick to your gut feeling. And because overseeing is also sometimes it really confuses you.
There has to be end.
There has to be an end. There has to be a method to the madness.
Yeah.
So just stick to your design aesthetic, like stick to your neutral self, like how you would want your space, how you would like put in some personalized touch to it, rather than following trends or following what other person is doing. So just have a lot of design clarity in your brain, and then kind of take all the decisions. So I think that really aligns everything together, and I feel it's very important. Yeah.
Nice. Good. I think that's one of the best things that that's very important. I was not expecting this, to be very honest, because this is something which is needed to. It happens with us also, because show us more options.
Of course, because social media.
I have more than 800 SKUs in the store.
Of course.
And then they come and like, "Aur kuch acha hai kya isse?"
And I'm being a designer, I'm telling you, even we get exhausted, the mind stops working, and we're confused that, we've shown him this, we've shown him that, and they're not liking anything. And then they go back to the very first design you showed them. So it's like...
Which is normally the case, I think.
Which is normally the case.
With us also, I think the client will go around the store, and what they've liked earlier,
Initially
they'll still stick to the same thing and go out.
Same, yeah.
Like,
so, because I realized when I was doing my own showroom, I literally designed my showroom like within 2 to 3 days. And like the furniture, the walls, because I was so clear that I want this. I really want this piece, I want this, I want this, I want this. And it came out exactly how I had, kind of visualized it. Because I wasn't confused. I mean, there's n number of things in the market with social media, with Pinterest. The clients have become designers themselves. That, do this, do that. I think this is good, that is good. But everybody knows their inner taste, inner style. I think one should really stick to that. That's effervescent, that's more comfortable. Of course, follow trends, take your designer's advice, explore, be creative. But that one thing should like really be kind of, you should have that together to kind of finalize other things, because everything is so like, intertwined that if you don't have the design in mind, you can't select the marble. If you don't have the colors in mind, if you don't have the functionality in mind, you can't do your placements. So they were always confused. In a confused mind, then you will end up taking wrong decisions and things are going to go haywire. So better to sort out the design first. Yeah.
I think moving towards the end, we'll have 2 more segments now, but I have one question to you.
Yeah.
What is home to you?
Home to me is peace, where my mind actually gets relaxed as well as sharpens up at the same time. So I really feel like my showroom, which I've designed with a lot of love and attention, once I go there, I feel relaxed at the same time, but there's always a kick to do better. So I feel your home should like kind of motivate you as well as like calm you down. To start your day with, you need motivation. So it should have like an openness. It should have like the right automation lighting to give you that motivation and kick that start your day and do something great today. And once you're done, you're coming back, then it should have that peace and have that calm that puts you to sleep and calms you down and relaxes you, unwinds you. So I think that's my idea of how a home should be. Yeah.
I think after everything that we do, I think Varun sir and I were speaking about this when we were traveling also.
Yeah.
जो अपने बेड पे नींद आती है ना वो
वो
कहीं
कहीं
None
नहीं
of the
आती.
5 stars
I
gives
swear. I
the
swear.
comfort.
कोई
Yeah.
5-star का bed
Yeah.
none of the 5-star
None
bed
of the
will give you
5
that
stars
feel
will
that your
Yeah.
bed gives you. That's there.
True.
I think that's one
2
thing
hours
that-
peaceful on your own bed
Yeah.
resolves a lot of
No
things.
matter what hotel,
Yeah.
the way you are at your home, you can not be anywhere else. But also, I don't like where people really make a home very lazy, lousy, because I feel it should have the energy to kind of make you want to go to work. I mean,
100%, that's-
yeah, that's the
I
idea.
think, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want, like, that's my personal choice. I don't want my home to be like so comfortable that I don't feel like leaving it only. I don't want it that way also. Yeah, I mean, I want proper proportions of like entertainment area to like host a party, like go wild. Then the bedroom should be like obviously relaxed. You can read also, you can sleep, you can do whatever. And then all the energies I think put in together, the energy of the space is very important.
Speaking about energy, I think we speak about energy,
Yeah.
very often.
Yeah,
Are you a spiritual person? Do you feel?
I am big time.
Okay. What do you feel about energies? Because I think energy is something that I look in people also when I'm hiring for the team.
Of course.
This is
Yeah,
the
that's
first
really-
thing that we look at.
Yeah.
Because one, incorrect energy in the whole,
Yeah, totally get it.
zone disturbs
Yeah.
everything that you have done.
I'll tell you a little secret now that we are discussing energies. So till date, like it's been 4 years, I've started my brand, and almost I would say 90% of my projects I've cracked on phone. So my clients have not seen me, they've not met me, they've not like, and these are outstation clients I'm talking about. So, and I get that from a lot of people that, we feel a connect. We like how we connect, you pick up the call directly. Of course, there are a lot of companies wherein they have like assistants and they have design assists and everybody and they're taking calls and whatever. So I'm sure like once I get super busy, that's going to be the situation. But I like to deal with all my clients personally, like on a very personal level. So, receive their calls, be available on WhatsApp and reply like immediately or, that very same day. So my husband often makes fun of me that why did you invest so much money when you were cracking all the projects online? Why did you make me put so much money in the showroom then? Because nobody's coming. Like, when you are cracking everything on phone only, then why do we need this?
Yeah.
So I told him, listen, these are design projects. I mean, for furniture, you got to show them stuff.
Okay.
This is not
Yeah,
how the
correct.
business is being
That's
done.
it.
So
Exactly.
yeah, so I am like, obviously I'm not that spiritual that I go to temple daily or whatever, but I do believe like how you treat people, how you meet people, how you talk to them, that really adds a lot of value about your company, about where you come from. And that's like a long-term thing. I would want to kind of have that, because in our business, I think word of mouth is everything. And I just hope that I continue sticking to the same.
You're not ending the podcast.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's ending.
Okay, sorry.
You're still in the middle of it.
Yeah.
That's for energy.
Yeah. No, I asked this question to, I think on the podcast, I asked this question to, I think Manish Dixit sir, and I asked
Yeah.
the question to Saika Bilal ma'am also. I asked this question to you as well. What do you feel about the pyramids?
Yeah.
What do you feel about that? Who made it?
I don't know.
Honest question, because you might have thought about something, right? Because you have a lot of this ancient theories of ancient aliens and this and that. What
Yeah.
is that all about? What do you what because you people are designers and you also do architectural as well.
Yeah.
What is that entire thing all about? I'm not only talking about that, other historical places which are not, which are not those stones which is in middle of nowhere to
Yeah.
these things. What is that all thing about? What is your say about it?
I actually don't have much insight, like much information on it, but I don't know how it appeared or how it's there sitting in so perfectly. But whatever it is, like we as designers always like draw inspiration. That's what best we can do, But I don't know the history behind it.
But you might have thought about something. Okay, it's there. You travel, you
there.
see it in magazine.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
is that comes to your mind? Who might have done it?
What comes to my mind is like, when I see something sculptural like these anything like what, it really depends on what I'm kind of seeing, like whether it's a structured thing, then I'll think a lot about form, like oh my god, like this is also possible, how they've twisted this, how they've shaped this, how this has got molded all by itself. So there's always like design thoughts that are coming into mind. If I see something really striky like in color, then I feel oh my god, like this color can be used like that and it's looking like good on such a scale as well. So that's how, like, you just draw a kind of inspiration and you take notes and then you kind of try and amalgamate into your designs. That's what we designers do. Yeah.
We're moving to the next segment, which is called quirky rapid fire round.
Oh, nice.
This is more like a psychometric thing where
Okay.
we understand what kind of person you are. I'll ask you one question, you have to answer, and then
Yeah.
I'll ask tangential questions to it also
Okay.
if needed, why, and those kind of things.
Okay.
If your design studio or Casa Interno had a theme song, which song it would be?
Had a theme song. बहुत खूबसूरत हो.
Nice! You made us sing. Nice. Now, what is the most unexpected challenge that you have faced in the world of designing furniture or interior?
In the world of designing furniture.
Unexpected challenge.
Unexpected challenge. Okay. I think civil difficulties on site, like something just comes out of nowhere. There's water leakage happening from somewhere. So, we are fixing marble, we have no idea. Like all the waterproofing and all is done, and and then suddenly the pipe leaks and there's water. So those kind of challenges, I think we face, and we are not prepared for that. So being I do a lot of planning when it comes to, like, I'm a very prepared person. I like to prepare myself, like you must have seen before the podcast.
Yeah.
So yeah, when something like that happens, that kind of paranoids, but yeah, it's fine.
Okay, cool. If your designs could talk,
Yeah,
what would it talk all about?
it would talk all about luxury. Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to give some context to it? More context to it?
It would talk about like luxury details, luxury, like just how you kind of instantly fall in love with things and how something catches your attention. Yeah, I think that would be the topic.
If your designs were a season, which season it would be?
Spring. I like spring. Easy breezy.
Yeah.
Light.
There's a lot of spring on the pot.
Yeah.
Lot of spring.
Lot
yeah.
of spring.
Another one is if your job title. Okay, this is interesting. If your
Okay.
job title was a superhero.
Job title for a superhero.
Your
your
job
job
title
title
was a superhero name.
Yeah.
Which job title it would be?
My job title.
Yeah, your job title.
Superhero character.
Dude, all of them. Superman.
Why?
Because Superman, like, you're just running here and there everywhere.
Yeah.
Basically. I wish I had the power, because with me, like with constant travel, I really feel like one.
No flights.
No flights.
No flights. 15 minutes में आऊँगा. मुजफ्फरनगर. Okay. If your designs were a board game, which board game it would be?
Board game. Chess. Why chess is because there's a lot of thinking, there's a lot of mind game happening throughout, but then obviously when you win,
Nice.
it's all good.
I have only 2 board games until now on the podcast. One is chess, one is Ludo.
Ludo.
Now we need to have
No
2 board
Ludo.
games here.
Snakes and ladders. No. वैसे वो भी सही है.
वो भी हो गया.
वो भी बढ़िया है.
One, I think only one is snakes.
One is snakes and ladders. Okay. Another one is name one design trend that you wish should come back.
Neoclassic. Yeah.
You're thinking it's going out or it's coming back again?
It's coming back again. I think it'll always stay. It's never gone. It's there, but I want more of it.
No, I also love neoclassical,
Yeah,
to be very
yeah.
honest.
It looks
it's
really
detailed,
grand.
it's
Yeah.
you know, it's
Very
peaceful,
elegant, peaceful,
Yeah. What is the weirdest source of inspiration that
Yeah.
you have drawn from for a project?
Okay. So I think a napkin holder, a tissue paper, I would say. So I was in Dubai. I was having coffee at the Palazzo Versace, and that time our Muzaffarnagar project was going on. So we were looking for a flooring pattern, and we could wrap around our heads because they're deep into like designs, and he wanted something to do with branded brands flooring or something. So of course Versace does interiors and flooring, but that time it wasn't really hitting me. So I was having coffee and then I looked at it and I'm like, what, we are doing this. Let's just make Versace pattern on the floor. And then we actually went ahead, did that, and the client was really happy.
Now you know where to get Versace.
Yeah. Yeah, we have a lot of Versace here as well, which I loved.
Okay. If your designs were a musical instrument, which one would they be?
I think piano. With all the chords soft, strong, and delicate. So I think that's more like our design style. Yeah.
If your design were a fashion style, which fashion? Because you said you were from the.
Yeah.
This question is coming for the first time on the podcast.
Fashion brand or fashion trend?
Trend.
See, I'm a very tone on tone kind of a person. So anything neutral but a lot of texture. So yeah, something like how the Chanel tweed is, you know, muted yet textury. So something with that, with a gold button. So yeah, minimal gold. So textury neutral with a hint of gold.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Describe your ideal workspace in 3 words.
Ideal workspace.
In 3 words.
In 3 words. I am a coffee fanatic. So given a choice, I would always work from a cafe shop.
Okay. But you have only 3 things to choose from when you have to work.
I have to choose
3 things.
3 things.
Coffee shop is done, so another 2.
Coffee
So
shop.
it's a coffee shop. And
It's
what?
a coffee shop. Then there's going to be like got to be like a shopping mall.
Okay. Okay.
And third one could be like an outdoor park, like an outdoor space, outdoor lounge or something.
So we're thinking of a shopping mall. उसके बाहर एक coffee shop है जहाँ
हाँ.
पे एक outdoor and you're sitting in
I
design
have
with
the
it.
perfect venue. It's the Dubai Mall.
Okay. Near the
So
fountain.
you have you have coffee, you have
Yeah.
shopping, and then you have the outdoors with the Burj Khalifa view.
Yeah.
That's
near the fountain.
perfect. Yeah,
and
that's
Tim Hortons has got
yeah.
a best space there. Even Sukal Bahar has got a best
Sokal
space
Bar.
there.
Yeah. That's the best.
Nice. Done. Okay, cool. If you have to give a suggestion or a feedback to your design fraternity folks.
Like, one design advice which I really like to give is like, you know, just what people are doing is like, you know, they're like just unnecessarily bothered what other person is kind of doing.
Okay.
What other
Interesting.
projects people are doing,
Yeah.
and so there's a lot of like back and forth mind games happening there. So relax, chill, trust in your own audience, and you know, like I said in the beginning, also stick to your own design aesthetic. I think that's best because there's so much development anyway happening. So everybody will get their piece
Everyone
of
will get a
cake.
piece of cake. मैं भी
Piece
वही
of
बोलने
cake.
वाला था. Wait for your turn.
So yeah, I mean, we should all chill. I think chill and work in a nice chill atmosphere. I think that's pretty much.
Nice. I think you've answered all the questions
Yeah.
very beautifully and gracefully. I think
Thank
the
you.
hamper is yours.
Yeah. Wow,
You
I
do
got-
this. Today you do the
Please,
honor.
please, please. No, sir.
What's
Thanks
that?
for being on
Chocolates,
the-
nice.
We'll share it off the camera.
Can I ask you a question instead, like about your space, and then probably you can, you only, because I really kind of, because I've been to like stores before. We keep sourcing for our projects, but when I came here, the one thing that I actually kind of did the work for me was your stone looking finish, which is absolutely amazing, be it onyx or satvario for that matter, and the size that you've got. So 10 feet nowadays it's come, but 11 feet and above that, and also the kind of material library you have is amazing. Like starting from the Italian finishes, from onyx looking tile, from semi-precious, from Versace even. So it's pretty great. Like you have beautiful collection. And my first question is, do you deliver pan-India?
We do.
Do you? So yeah.
The idea to come to Mumbai is pan-India, very frankly.
Yeah. No, the showroom is very nicely done. I mean, it doesn't give you a sense that you're just selling off tiles or something. It's more for look and feel.
Which is what we want to connect to
Yeah,
also. We don't want
it's
to only be a
actually very
tile
nice.
brand or
It's very nicely done. So
And the whole perspective is, very frankly, to give more textures, more surfaces.
yeah,
Because it's a very subdued or neglected part about
Yeah.
our industry.
yeah,
Yeah.
Because people just typecast a product known as tiles, but it has a lot of detail, a lot of depth, which I think India in its part of evolution is going to come and see.
yeah.
As I told you in the introduction, I think we're just 60% there. There are more than 40% of top surfaces which are still to be explored in India.
Of course, and I still feel clients have the mindset कि नहीं हम marble ही लगाएंगे. We'll put
The
Italian
emotional
marble
connect to a
only.
marble is something which
Yeah.
is not, we can dissipate from a customer, because if in my family, an emotional connect to a marble is something which is not.
You've
But-
been into marble also.
Yeah,
you were
we are
telling.
still into marble,
Yeah.
but the emotional connect can't be said. But now I think the evolution is something you're able to realize. Everyone has
course.
its place. The marble is marble.
Yeah.
A product like a porcelain stoneware is never going to compete to a marble. It's never
course.
going to replace.
Yeah.
It is there in its ideal form. There are products or spaces where a marble is not supposed to be laid. And there are spaces where I understand a tile has a bit of apprehensive lookout.
Yeah.
So at least at the complementing side, where a surface of a porcelain stoneware quality is supposed to be used, that should be evaluated. Right now what's happening is, because of this evolution process, people take marble everywhere of the corner of the house. They're going on a facades, which is cracking every single day. They are using in public areas.
Yeah.
You go to super big 5-star hotels, there's marble on the floor
Yeah.
which has total cracks, and now I don't want to take a name, but you'd go to a 5-star property and you say they have a marble and they have a 7 mm layer of resin,
Yeah.
just protecting the marble. So end of the kind of fumes you are consuming every day, without of the chemicals, rest of the things happening, is something people are not able to realize. That certain products are used for certain applications.
Yeah.
People are using marble or a stone in every left, right, center of the project.
Yeah.
So certain space should be for a porcelain stoneware, which marble can't be near. So it's more like a complementing product rather than a competing product with each other. That's my.
Yeah. So this is your first experience center. You have more experience centers.
No, we've been basically based in Pune. So Pune,
Pune.
it's like a home
Pune
ground.
is your hometown,
So we've
headquarters
been
sort of.
in
Yeah.
Pune. But Pune is like family. So all the
Yeah.
designers there are like family.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah,
not a experience center per se
Yeah.
there. This has been my first stint, and which is totally exclusively for made in Italy.
Okay.
And the finest quality of the world
Yes.
are present.
Yes.
Pune, we are omnipresent with multiple brands,
Yeah.
stones, marbles, everything.
So why did you choose Mumbai? Because it's nearby.
Yeah, obviously nearby.
Nearby.
And Mumbai, culturally, we are able to connect because
Yes.
our industry is a key man industry.
Okay.
It's not an industry where I can do anything.
Yeah.
Means I can't do anything. I'll require something from me, something from Zaid, because
Of
it's all
course.
key mans who are playing a role.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
your industry is the
Of
very
course.
similar industry.
Yeah.
Without the key man, nothing is moving.
Totally. Yeah.
So I had to understand that this industry is a pure key man industry. You can't change without it.
Hmm. Yeah.
So Mumbai, it was accessible to me.
Yes.
I had my own connects here.
Yeah.
And Mumbai, I think next 15 years, it's going to be upside down.
Okay.
Because I've read a couple of consultancy reports.
Yeah.
Mumbai is not what Mumbai is today. If you imagine in 2035 or 40, it's going to be another world altogether. People are still thinking what is going to happen. I know certain parts which are going to happen.
Yeah.
So I'm betting the most
No,
part.
Yeah.
That's my idea. So
no, the collection I would say is really outstanding. I mean, everyone should come visit. It's
That's
really
the whole
lovely.
idea,
Yeah,
I think, for the
Yeah,
podcast also.
It's very lovely. It's very nicely done. The way you've actually like kind of displayed also for
We want to give that
a
space
person
to
to
people
kind of
to
understand.
kind of
I mean,
see
Yeah.
the entire beauty of the
Yeah.
product. We don't want to give you small samples or
Yeah.
keep the surface so near. Like even if you walk into a lot of marble spaces that has been there. I think Varun sir is there, but
Yeah.
I have to still sell porcelain stone there. But these are slabs where you walk between them, and it's very difficult to understand.
Difficult to understand. Yeah.
But
Then we
now when
ask them
you're
to kind of
sitting
lay
at this
them on the
distance-
floor and
Yeah.
then kind of make out. Yeah.
But now when you're sitting at this distance, I mean, this is a 160 by 320
It's
slab,
damn
but you can
good.
see the entire thing in
it's
one glance,
very
right?
nicely
This is what
done,
we
I
want to
would
do.
say. Yeah, I think it's one of the best style showroom that I've
Thank
ever
you.
been to.
Thanks.
I've been to Morbi also, which is I think
I think we're doing very good in
Yeah.
Morbi also as Make in India. I think
Yeah.
we're doing very good, but the technology that is yet to come, it will take another 10 years.
Yeah.
So I think the sizes that we get in Italy are not there.
Yeah.
Like 4x9s, 4x8s are there, which
Yeah,
we have achieved.
the
But
10 by
5x10s, I think it's not there yet.
and there's actually room for everything. You'll find a flooring tile, you'll find a kitchen tile, you'll find a bathroom tile, you'll find a spa tile, pool tile. So there's tile for each and every mood for your house. So it's actually really good.
We don't want to be in every part of the house,
Yeah.
but we want to be in the important spaces where it
course.
is technically sound
Yeah.
spaces. Because I have clients who've just come in and told me that I have recent experience. I'm doing the entire flooring of that house. They came back to me and said that flooring to हम marble ही लेंगे. I mean, अच्छा ठीक है. Now I know them very personally.
Yeah.
I said you have a dog which has gone old now, and after a point you will have accidents in the house where he's getting old now. He'll drop something here and there.
Yeah.
Marble being an absorbent material, you will have problem of the acidic reaction. How are you going to cater to that? You'll not ask that, you'll not place anything on the floor, or you'll not.
Yeah.
I mean, you have lived with that child for almost 15 years now.
Yeah.
Now it's his end time, because you want the house to look in a certain way.
Yeah.
You can't compromise on his
on this,
moving around.
yeah.
And they said, yeah, ये बात तो सही है sir. He
Yeah.
never thought in that
Yeah.
direction.
Yeah.
They went for this material, which is anti-skid.
Anti-skid.
Marble being something which when they grow old, they can't use
Of
it.
course, yeah.
So it's all about usage. What kind of usage you are having on
Totally.
the floor.
Yeah, totally.
I understand look is one thing which can be achieved from these
Of
material
course,
also.
yeah.
Like the options, like the material that you've seen around, they don't come in one face. It's not the single print. Earlier we used to have that cookie cutter. वो tile की सारी lines
His
जैसी
face
जा
is
रही है
all
तो
one,
सब
right?
ऐसी ही जा रही है. In this you have
No,
roughly
it's
about 8
actually-
faces, 6 faces, 4
Yes,
faces.
yes.
So every tile looks different, like a natural material.
Yeah, no, it's pretty good. And whosoever is doing the shortlisting, I told Virginia also that it's really nicely done, because it's not. I mean, if I like everything, then I'm sure a normal person will also like
So Varun sir
everything.
is the guy who chooses
Yeah,
everything. That is
because
his failure.
there's
And not me, but yeah.
because I love the crystal looking onyx style, the
Okay.
sky blue
Yeah,
color.
sky blue
It's
color.
so pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually, and it's got the backlit effect as well.
Yes,
So
it
that's
is a whole.
amazing. Yeah.
And we're also trying to focus more on technology, which is not evidently clear, but
Yeah.
still, because all the
Yes.
products and the brands we select comes from a certain background.
Yeah.
Like Afiandra is coming from a
Yes.
technical background,
Yes.
which is still the only company to mechanically polish a tile.
Yeah.
Rest all the tiles which you see are using some kind of glaze. I'll use a Fair and Lovely product.
Yeah.
They're just trying to make surface look good for a time being,
Timing.
but it's not eternally beauty because it's not mechanically polished.
Yeah.
We use these kind of technology to select our products.
Yeah.
How was your experience over KYAD?
It was amazing. I was not hoping that I'll be so comfortable with you guys. I was really nervous because, like I told you, this is my first podcast, but I couldn't have done it better. Like if it wouldn't have been you
Thank
and
you.
you together.
You're very, I think you're very comfortable. You very honestly made us comfortable.
No, great vibe, great energy. So really loved being here, and I think I'll be looking forward to kind of for you to come down to Delhi, so we could have another round of session there
Yeah,
with all the DJIs. Even I have them, which I've never used. So we'll make use of
We
it.
should come up with a podcast in Delhi.
Yeah.
I think I gave a suggestion.
Yeah,
Before
well,
this, I was like, next
we can
podcast.
Whenever you're
your
coming
space.
next, I'm telling you, will be great.
Yeah, we can take because limitation of people traveling. I
Yeah.
think we can have KYAD
Why not?
in your store as
Definitely,
well, we can do that.
definitely.
Yeah.
You
So
love
Series
you
2,
love
we
this
can
store.
have some part
Series
in
2, we can have some
Series
part in
two.
Delhi. We
Yeah,
can have
yeah, yeah.
designers from Delhi,
Done.
and we can have a
Host
nice
them
thing
locally.
in your in your
You
thing.
you can totally use my showroom.
Provided Norbu and Atharva is traveling with us.
Or we can
And
pack.
Virginia.
We can pack them and take them.
Yeah. No, but thank you so much
Thanks,
for coming.
thanks a
over.
lot.
Thank
This
you,
was our
thank you. It was
pleasure.
lovely meeting you
Thank
guys.
you so much. Thank you so much. The whole thing, I think, with KYAD is giving a tribute to architects and designers who are shaping what we are living around. I think it's very important. It's not only about someone's house. To be very honest, when you're designing spaces, when you're on in the car and you're taking a flyover and you see a recently done house, that
It
light
looks-
is on.
Yeah.
You say, yeah, ये ऐसा घर मेरे को चाहिए.
Yeah.
Those houses are done by you, and
Yeah.
it's a tribute to you guys. To be very honest, it's nothing which is to do with product selling
Yeah,
or anything
yeah.
anything of
No,
that sort.
thank you so
We just want
much.
to be, we want to give back something that we could by giving you a platform. That's it.
Of course, yeah. No, it was really wonderful talking to you. And I think we had a very insightful discussion on.
I hope
yeah.
you enjoyed it.
No,
Yeah,
I
you
loved
too.
it. I loved it.
Guys, I think a lot of people are viewing us, but no one is subscribing to the channel. I would like you to please subscribe. This motivates the entire team who's behind the scenes and taking care of all the things. Like, subscribe, and also follow us on different social media platforms that we have. We have Instagram that we are on. We have LinkedIn that we are on. We are on Spotify. We are on YouTube, and we are on Facebook. Yeah,
And
okay.
definitely drop by to the store whenever you're in Bombay.
Please. Thank you so much for that shout out. Thank you so much.